I was growing up on the farm, we didn't really have the TV on much, but there was occasionally public television on while I was waiting for piano lessons. However, I particularly remember Ms. Frizzle from one of my favorite and first computer games in the mid-90s when we got my grandparents' hand-me-down computer. The Magic School Bus Explores the Earth game included lessons about the Earth, mining, identifying types of rocks, combining factors to make different kinds of volcanoes, discovering recipes in the Magic School Bus kitchen to make different rocks and minerals, and all to help Arnold replace the lost rocks in his rock collection. Many years later, with a young son and just starting a PhD program, and a few years into teaching at Iowa State, I was amused to find that the Ms. Frizzle of my childhood now had a reboot available online, and to find that Ms. Frizzle was now Dr. Frizzle, teaching at the local university, and her younger sister Fiona was in the classroom leading the adventures with the Magic School Bus. In my classroom at Iowa State, I hope to use some of those Ms. Frizzle lessons as inspiration to stay excited for science and learning, even if Arnold thinks he should have maybe stayed home today. As I reflected over the last few weeks on what values and practices I carry into my classroom as I start a new school year, I can easily connect the dots to things that Ms. Frizzle taught me. Here are a few lessons that I hope to pull out of my backpack as I work with students this year, and hopefully as we engage here in the fellowship. Learning is active, jump in. For me, this can occasionally be a little bit more literal, jumping into a soil pit. Sitting back and relaxing has its time and place, but learning isn't passive. It might look a little bit different for each of us, but my soil students seem to understand concepts much better when they can walk across this field, walk across the landscape, touch and hopefully not taste the soil, and see those factors interacting in the field. Next, mistakes are part of the learning process, as Nicole mentioned. This one also feels harder for me. Not the getting dirty part, I got that. Mistakes just don't feel great, and they can make me not take risks that are needed for growth. In the books, the risks always pay off and we have a happy ending. It might not be the case always outside of the storybooks. But as a UU, I'm going to be uncomfortable sometimes in pursuit of learning more and doing better next time. I might not hit all the right notes every time, but I'm going to try something new. Third, valuable companions can come in human or animal or mechanical forms. Liz, the fellow classmates, and the bus all contribute to a valuable learning environment. It takes more than just one teacher or a parent, but everything around them can make learning more effective, mirroring the value that we have here as UUs and the value of interdependence of all creation. And finally, valuing those connections and looking for those connections. This is a common Ms. Frizzle quote, encouraging students to look for the connections and encourage the scientific process. However, this couldn't be better suited for us as Unitarian Universalists. In discovering what set of events led to the phenomena the students were observing, or where they were observing it, or when they were observing it, students began to find those connections. We, as UU, value that same interdependent web. But also, as our minister says, it's all relationships all the time. Most importantly, I carry the desire to foster the spirit of investigation. I hope to inspire student questions and encourage the learning process to continue long after the student leaves the classroom. Just like a UU, we're never done, but just on our way, working to do better. So I hope to carry these lessons from the Magic School Bus. Learning is active, jump in. Mistakes are part of the learning process. Valuable companions come in various forms, and look for connections to all of our learning opportunities, intended or not, for the upcoming school year.